All right, hello and welcome to the Delta web application. Delta is an application built under the guidance of Dr. Valifar at the University of South Carolina, and the current development team is made up of Carter Marlowe, Naveen Chitan, Blake Seekings, Lex Whalen, and myself, Vince Polblugo. Now, researchers often need to share their data, but modern tools only provide a platform for sharing and not the thing that gives data meaning: evaluation and peer review. Delta provides both. By acting as a powerful data sharing service and integrating modern social media practices, Delta allows for dynamic evaluation of datasets as they're distributed among the research team, making your lab more efficient and less error prone. Delta seeks to become a marketplace for data where it's reviewed, commented on, and categorized by tags or organizations. And Delta changes how data is shared among people, making it less of a raw resource and more of a product in itself. Now, with that said, I want to take just a minute to explain some of the technology behind Delta. We used Django to build out the backend, that's Python. We used React to make the front end, that's a JavaScript library. Axios is our HTTP client that allows communication between the front end and the back end. Redux is used for state management, and we used Nox for user token authentication. This is all built to be a complete REST API. Said simply, that is where we split the front end from the back end, and that really provides a great deal of flexibility for us as developers. For example, if we had to, we could keep our back end that we built out while changing out the front end entirely. REST APIs, this is also standard industry practice, and that's what we're going for. We want to build a professional web application. Part of this demo, we're going to go through the major features of Delta. We're going to first start by registering a user. We're going to change that user's information. We'll upload a file. We'll edit a file. We'll review someone else's file. And we'll also message another user on the Delta platform. And with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of the demo.
Hello, my name is Carter Marlowe, and I'm here to give you a demonstration on how to register using Delta. Now, if I'm a new user and it's my first time coming to the site, all I gotta do is come to the top left and hit register, and you'll be brought to the register page. Now, let's say my name is John Smith, and I want to create a new account. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by inputting all of my information. We're gonna start with our first name, John, last name is Smith, give ourselves a unique username, give ourselves an email to be contacted by, give ourselves a very secure password so that we stay secure. Go ahead and just confirm that. And then if I wanted to join an organization on our website, I'm going to need to have the key in order to join the organization. Luckily, I have that for one of our organizations. Now, in order to create our account, all you got to do is press register. And then we're going to go to our home page. And as you can see on our home page, there's a couple of different notifications here that come when we create our new account. Now, notifications typically refer to any new updates within the website, any new organizations that have joined the website, or any updates within our organizations themselves. Maybe people have been posting data, people have been joining our organization, or maybe there's been trends in data that we're seeing. That'll all come up in our notifications. As you can see, we can swipe through our notifications to try and see more of them, swiping through on both, or we can use the arrows to go back and forth. Now, if you've already read your notification, all you had to do is press got it and it goes away. Same thing goes for down here and it goes away. Now, let's see how to upload a file.
Hi, I'm Blake Seekings, and I will be explaining file upload. To upload a file, we first start by clicking on our drop zone box. This will open your file system and allow you to select any file you wish to upload. When selecting a file, make sure it has the correct extension of CSV. Once selected, we see it appear within the green blocks below the drop down bar. We start by giving the file a name. Then we add a description which explains the contents of our files to other users. Then we set visibility. If we wanted a file to be only visible to ourselves, we would select private. If we wanted a file to be visible only to an organization we were registered under, we would first select Public to Orgs, and then from the Available Organizations drop-down bar, we would select any organization we were registered under, such as Valifar Lab. If we wanted a file to be visible to everyone, we would select Publicly Visible. Since we indeed want this file to be visible to all, we select Publicly Visible. Finally, we add tags to allow our file to be more easily found by other users. Then we upload our file. As you can see, our file has been successfully uploaded.
Hello, I am Naveen Chitan, and I'm going to explain to you how to download files from the download page. To navigate to the downloads page, you have to go to the nav bar. You can click on down within the nav bar, and it'll take you to the downloads page to where you can view and download files. You can view and download multiple files at the same time as well, which is really cool. So we are John Smith, and John Smith has currently looking for a file called coordinates of myself. So coordinates of myself, and then you only need 3 characters for it to start searching. And so as you can see, he has now found coordinates of myself, and it's the only file named coordinates of myself. So another thing you can do is search by tags. As you can see, which in each and every file there are tags underneath them, and so a cool thing you can do is search for tags. So for example, John Smith is looking for tag 1, specifically all the files containing tag 1. And so now it's now updated to where all the files that you can see have the tag 1. And so John Smith is trying to download these files now. He selects both of them. As you can see, once you select them, they both are highlighted, and they're also the file names are displayed under the file download queue. And so, as you can see, 2 files have been selected for download, and now he wants to download them. He clicks the icon for downloading, which is the cloud icon, clicks this icon, and then it'll download. As you can see, it's now downloaded, and we can now use them as researchers. And so, something John Smith has done is he's already looked for books, and he's also already downloaded it, he's used it, he's loved it. So he clicks on C files, and now he can go to he's redirected to the review page. So now for every review, you can add a review out of 5 stars, and you can give a title and description. For John Smith, he said it was a 4-star, it was very good, he loved it, and so he put a title, and he puts the description as it's very good. And so you can click that, and then you can also click submit. And once you click submit, as you can see, the review stats changed. It takes an average of all the reviews and displays it out as review stats. And so it's cool to notice that you can scroll through all the different reviews. You can also edit your review, and you can also delete your review. So if, those are 2 big things that you can do for every review. You click edit, you redirect it to your review, and then you can change something. So you say titles and submit that. You've now successfully updated it, and you can go back and you can look at it, and it says titles. You can also delete the review. John Smith says, oh, I don't want this review to be seen. You can delete it, and it's been deleted.
Hey, I'm Lex Whalen. I'm going to be showing you a little bit more about files, what you can do with them, how you can message other users, what organizations actually do, and then I'll end it off with a little bit of a bigger explanation of the whole product. So let's say you have this example file here and you want to download it, and you've downloaded it and you realize that this X data that's described, or this N number of patients, isn't actually what you thought it would be. So what you can do is click the file and then hit the username, and you can start some sort of conversation. So as you can see, here's a past conversation that I actually made on the X sample is taken, and you can make a new one. So conversation is essentially a way of linking a bunch of messages together under a common theme. So let's say we wanted to ask about the number of samples. So on the number of samples taken. All right, so you start a conversation, you're going to refresh, and then you can see this conversation here, and then you can send a message. So you can just say something like, within the file description, one notes that there are n samples taken. However, upon downloading the file, you only can view n minus 1 samples. So you can send that, and then it'll give a notification to the other user. And this is just a way of communicating with other users based on files. And now keep in mind that with the modern current file transfer services available, all they offer is just downloading or uploading files. They don't actually offer conversations or any ways of evaluating the data. So we offer things like messaging or reviews as a way of evaluating the data. You can also see the number of downloads that people have as a way of telling is this a popular data set or not. So there's a couple of things that we offer that are just not offered by other services. All right, so now let's check out the community page. So what is a community? So when you actually registered as John Smith, you registered under a community. So you have your organization says Valifar Lab. So let's say you wanted to upload a file. I'm just going to make this very simple. You can say public to orgs and then select your organization. And that's going to make it so that it's only visible to Valifar Lab in this case. So if you look, it's not going to be visible here, as you can see. It will be visible on your profile though, because of course you've uploaded the file, so this is yours. But it will also be visible on Valifar Lab, right? So this is something that is another unique thing with this application set is that we have different visibility types. So of course you have private, that's only visible for yourself. You have public, visible to everyone, and then public to organizations, which is visible to only this organization. And so again, from organizations, you go to community, and you can see all the organizations here. So you can see what sort of files have been uploaded there. You can do the same sort of searching. Has a description of the organization. You can see how many users are a part of it as well. All right, so in conclusion, Delta is a file transfer system, but it's not only just that. It offers a social media platform for files, a way of evaluating files, a marketplace for files as well. And so this has been something that research labs and businesses, anyone with files, have really been needing for the past couple of years and just hasn't been present in the market. Files and data itself are not incredibly useful without a way of evaluating them. So if you just have raw data and you don't know if it's actually good or not, that's kind of not super great. So what we want is a community where people can evaluate data in real time. You can also communicate with the people who actually created the data to get better results. And this helps research labs in general just be more efficient, be more dynamic, be more fast with their files, and really help them do what they actually want to do, which is push research forward by allowing the community to actually determine, okay, is this a good file or not? Should there be different things here? Should this description be changed? And things like that. So to conclude, Delta is the product of a couple of different ideas. So of course we have the file transfer system, we have the social media factor, and we have the marketplace. And why did we put these all together? Well, we noticed that in the past several years, really, there's just has not been a file transfer service that is up to the needs of research labs. So research labs oftentimes not just want to process data or upload it, but they want to evaluate it, right? So they want people to be able to determine, is this data actually good? Does it have the right amount of samples? And so that's what we've done. We've created a marketplace for data, community for it, and we hope that you will enjoy it and perhaps that'll be useful in your research lab or business or wherever you're going to be sharing files. Thank you.